Well, you can see it, you can hear it from the crowd, from the players, you can see it in everyone's eyes. It's a mixture of total determination and dedication, but of course always some tension involved here as well. The French lineup with only one difference compared to the match in Croke Park 4 days ago. As mentioned, Eric Abidal is out of the team. Julien Escudé playing in the back four to replace him. And the Irish national team with no changes whatsoever, their traditional 4-4-2 system as always. Martin Hansen, he will be the referee for this match, and Giovanni Trapattoni, will he be able to take the Irish to a World Cup? Of course, Robbie Keane is the man that everyone's relying on, but generally Ireland have a strong team, a confident team. This is a man to watch out for here, Johan Djourkouf and Raymond Dominic. I think it's no secret, if France fail to qualify, his days are counted as the manager for France. Ireland are the outsiders today, and of course, a 0-0 at Croke Park wouldn't necessarily have changed much. Ireland needs a score, but they probably would have needed to score one way or the other. So there is an outside chance for Ireland and France. Of course, we've seen it all happen many times before. When a favourite struggles, when a favourite realises that they are experiencing some difficulties, that's when they become more and more nervous. Of course, Zidane in the stadium, you can see him here, as are many other stars of France, of course, former national team players, of course, a lot of Irish players here as well. The atmosphere in the Stade de France is absolutely fantastic, and you can see the Irish here forming a circle. Team spirit, dedication, 100% dedication. That's the only key to success for Ireland today. France are the, I wouldn't say better team, but of course the French team consists of, on paper, better, more experienced individual players, at least on the high level. If you look at Evra, Gala, Sanya, Diarra, all at absolute top clubs. Here's the starting whistle. France against Ireland. In at least 90 minutes, we'll know who is going to travel to South Africa for the World Cup. This is Kevin Doyle of Wolverhampton. Raymond Dominic wasn't happy with his team's performance in the first half 4 days ago in Croke Park, saying in the first half we basically only hit long balls forward. That's not what I expect to see of my team. That was better in the second half. It seems Ireland in these opening minutes, should I say opening seconds, just going to try to settle into this game. France immediately trying to take control of this game, but it's no surprise that the Irish are going to sit back a little bit and wait for their chances. Hugo Lloris, not a particularly precise shot forward, retrieved by Ireland, but again, just hammering that ball forward. That's Kevin Doyle. You can hear there's quite some noise coming from the Irish contingency here in the stadium. That was Julien Escudé in a duel with Kevin Doyle. Ireland created the more obvious scoring chances. Robbie Keane and Liam Lawrence in one first half incident. Keith Andrews, John O'Shea had a header from a corner early in the second half. Kevin Doyle had a header crossing from or heading from Damien Duff's cross. And from time, Glenn Whelan with an opportunity as well. So plenty of chances for Ireland, and that's what counts. At least that's what Giovanni Trapattoni has been concentrating on, repeating time and again. If there's one thing that we can take from that game in Croke Park a few days ago, it's that we can beat France. Throw in John O'Shea. Liam Lawrence with a little too much space on the right-hand side. Not a good cross, though. And Johan Jourcouf of Bordeaux. Henry plays the ball back into the center. Jourcouf for the first time now. France with a good little combination. Lassana Diarra to Anelka. Bakary Sagna. This is André-Pierre Guignac. Anelka again, the man who scored the goal. Of course, you've heard it a million times before. Unlucky for Ireland as the ball ricocheted off Sean St. Ledger. France definitely trying to take control here, passing their way back and forth. Patrice Evra to Johan Jourcouf. Here's the loss of the ball. And Ireland immediately trying to get that ball forward to Keane, Duff, Doyle. Escudé, however, not taking any risks whatsoever here. Giovanni Trapattoni, so successful in so many different clubs throughout his career. Very popular, of course, a real gentleman of football, very popular wherever he went, successful or not. So here's a good move by Doyle. Some opportunity there for Damien Duff. Liam Lawrence on the far side, the cross goes to Robbie Keane and is then cleared. Not a particularly good clearance. That could spell some danger, and it's picked up. Ireland for the first time with a little more possession now after nearly 5 minutes. Richard Dunn. That was St. Ledger, and a foul in the centre. Foul by Lassana Diarra. Damien Duff in his 80th match for Ireland today. Keith Andrews of Wolverhampton. He was the youngest captain of that club for over 100 years at the age of 21. Here's his ball into the center. This is what France fear, the strong headers of the Irish national team. And rightly so, Liam Lawrence. You can see Ireland, for the first time, really keeping possession now in the half of France. But this pass forward by Liam Lawrence to Robbie Keane, not precise enough, even if Keane stretches as far as possible. And that was another cross by Duff to Keane, so no surprises there. Of course, they're trying to get the ball to their national hero, 10th highest goal scorer in Premier League history. So look at this scene. Escudé with Patrice Evra. And it's the right elbow of Evra that hits Escudé in the face. One of that is anything to do with a lack, maybe, of communication in that situation. Escudé, I'm sure he'll try everything to stay on the pitch if he can. On the other hand, this is no time to take silly risks, as a whole nation expects France, of course, to go through, to go past what I'm sure many would have considered some while ago a minor obstacle. But Ireland have proven, not only in the first match 4 days ago, but throughout their campaign, that they are a worthy adversary to many teams indeed. That was head of state Nicolas Sarkozy. Ireland attacking a little earlier now. Oh, and the first mistake by Hugo Lloris. Ireland have to continue with this work. If they want to win this game, what they have to do is pressure France, pressure them into making mistakes. And if they do, then these mistakes will come. France are the favorites. They will become nervous if Ireland show a good performance here. Of course, it's fairly obvious. Robbie Keane, as well as several other players, stated if we score the 1-0, France will become very nervous indeed, but I don't think it even requires a goal by Ireland. You can feel it. There's so much at stake here. The last time France didn't qualify was in 1994. Fairly remarkable achievement there of not making it to the World Cup. In the last two qualification matches, France needed 2 points, but lost in the last minutes of both games to Israel and Bulgaria. It's a different situation today. We're still seeing Julian Escudé on the sideline. Seems as if he might not be able to continue. And while he's out of bounds, Ireland are taking over control. Typically, it's not the short passing system. But on the contrary, Ireland trying to physically work their way forward. Sébastien Schillaci already on the pitch. That's definitely not an advantage for France. Julian Escudé already sidelined after Patrice Evra elbowed him in the nose. Corner number 1 for Ireland. That was Kevin Kilbane. Down the left. In comes the ball. And it's Guignac in a running duel with Liam Lawrence. Well played by André-Pierre Guignac. Good ball by Johan Djourkouf. Anelka, Henry. That was the first really dangerous scene, and it proves, of course, after nearly 10 minutes, if France play to their full potential, Ireland are going to have a very difficult time. The sheer quality of the French team can easily be spotted in this attacking move. Guignac scrapes that ball off the line really well. Anelka with a good ball forward to Henry. Djourkouf with a great touch of the ball there. Here he is again, the playmaker for Bordeaux. Here's Evra. No problem for Richard Dunn. Oh, Patrice Evra. A whistle back by referee Hansen. Well, the replay went away a little too soon there to see what exactly Patrice Evra did that wasn't right. But it's obviously going to be a free kick here now for Shay Given in his 102nd match for the Republic of Ireland. Together with Kevin Kilbane, he's the most capped player for Ireland. But as long as these two players remain on the pitch together, they share that feat. Patrice Evra loses the heading duel to Liam Lawrence. Ooh, mistake there, and chance for a break. Stopped, however, by John O'Shea. André-Pierre Guignac, someone to look out for. Dangerous man from Toulouse. Last year, he was the league's best or top scorer. Player of the month twice in the French Ligue 1. Ooh, Hugo Lloris, well done. He spotted that ball really well. Look at, you can't see it in this replay, but He was just inside his penalty box, and if you have Robbie Keane hurtling towards you, you better make sure that you catch that ball properly. André Pierre-Guignac to finish that. The league's top scorer, Ligue 1, that is, of France for Toulouse last year. Nominated for the Player of the Year award in France as well, but he lost out on that to his teammate of today, number 8, Yoann Gourcuff. Who's, despite the fact that it's only Bordeaux, so to speak, they still don't have that much of a reputation as many of his teammates' clubs do, of course. When you look at where all these French players are playing, Chelsea, Manchester, Real Madrid, and so on. But Bordeaux are current champions in France and are on their way to win the group phase against Juventus Turin and Bayern Munich. Harmless shot on goal here by Lassana Diarra. Misses the ball once, then he's lucky that Robbie Keane loses sight of the ball, and then Diarra's shot clearly past the target. So far, in 13 minutes today and in 90 minutes in the first match between these two teams 4 days ago, France were unable to create really any clear-cut goal chances, but of course that has been the problem in France's campaign throughout. It's not the great combining team it once was. Fairly conservative approach, a lot of fairly defensive players on the pitch. Alou Diarra, Lassana Diarra, Guignac, I suppose also more of a fighter, but with some offensive skills. And then a couple of artists, of course, Gourcuff, Henry, Anelka. The hopes lay or rest in them, as well as they did, of course, on another world-class player who's unfortunately for France missing today, and that is Franck Ribéry. Foul against le capitaine, Thierry Henry. 51 goals for France in 116 games. Here's that foul. Yeah, John O'Shea. Both players push and shove there, but O'Shea's behind Henry and pushes him down just a little more. I think that's a justifiable decision. Henry might take this one himself. Shea Given already said, 4 men into the wall. Anelka ready as well. That's going to be Anelka, it seems. Oh, not a very good move at all there. Henry surprised Anelka. And André Pierre-Guignac not too happy with the, well, not quite sure what he's not too happy with. Of course, corner for France. Henry will take it. Oh, again to Lassana Diarra. This time back out to Yoann Gourcuff. And Ireland shouldn't let this man cross too many times. He's got a very, very strong long and short pass. A good shot as well. Mistake here by Patrice Evra. You can hear the Ireland fans shouting. 16 minutes played. We've not seen any really dangerous goal chances yet, but it's one of those games that doesn't even require them to be exciting. You know how it is. This game can twist and turn at any moment in time, even if nothing happens for 90 minutes. It's the do or die match. If France score a goal, Ireland need 2. Ireland need at least 1 goal today, and 1 goal will take them through to extra time. Is the next player injured? Bakary Sagna bleeding as well. It's a second player. Wonder what happened there. But the French fans not too happy about that. Though I must say, not an unusually hard game at all. so far. You remember Escudé had to be substituted because his fellow teammate Patrice Evra elbowed him in the nose. Here's Sagna. Ooh. Kevin Doyle. He'll get the throw in close to the corner flag. A misunderstanding there, or I suppose not a particularly good cooperation between Alou Diarra and Lassana Diarra. Duff. Looking to get that cross into the centre. Here it is. It's dangerous. Headed away. Next cross into the centre. Liam Lawrence was waiting there. Here's Thierry Henry helping at the back. And it's going to be a throw-in for France. Duff with a cross into the centre, and Patrice Evra just gets his head on the ball. Liam Lawrence waiting in the back. With that one exception, that one really fast attacking move when France covered the entire length of the pitch, literally within seconds, I'd say Ireland looks a little more dangerous here in these opening 20 minutes. Definitely a nail-biter of a match here. And of course, you can see it in every moment. And in every second, these teams are fighting for every inch of the pitch. That was a duel between Kevin Kilbane and Nicolas Anelka. Here's Kevin Doyle. Doyle. Still Doyle. Gets that ball into the centre. It was not out of bounds yet, or was it? I think the referee said yes, it was just out of bounds. But remarkable how Kevin Doyle scrapes that off the line. Well, whatever the referee decided, I think the replay showed quite clearly it was not, in fact, behind the line. Hugo Lloris. His goal kick headed out of bounds by Richard Dunn in his 58th international for Ireland. Patrice Evra waiting to take the throw-in. And a foul again. Liam Lawrence furious with the referee. If you have your hands on the back or the arms of the opponent, you always give the referee the possibility to whistle. Next free kick. Thierry Henry. William Gallas waiting in the centre. This is Johan Djourkouf. Henry. No offside. And Sébastien Schillaci gets to the ball. He's the man who came in for Julien Escudé. Schillaci plays for Séville. He was in Monaco from 2000 to 2006 and made it into the Champions League final of 2004. Who is an interesting ball forward. The header goes to Liam Lawrence. And well retrieved again by Johan Djourkouf. Not only an elegant technician, as they call him, but also a hard worker. But of course, his strengths are in his technical brilliance. A lot of people are reminded of Zinedine Zidane when they see him. That can't be said of Liam Lawrence, at least not in this scene here. O'Shea against Gignac. That's overthrown. Now when Ireland try to short pass their way through midfield, that's when they experience difficulties. They have to fight for the ball, as they do here. Good pass forward. Kevin Doyle. Liam Lawrence. Lawrence with a cross. It's not precise enough. Ooh, not a very good ball there by Alou Diarra. But Djourkouf keeps it in bounds. A little bit of a push there against Henry, but not enough for a whistle. Sean St. Ledger. So unfortunate to deflect that ball after 72 minutes in the first leg game, but of course, no faulting him at all. France, for the second time, it looks as if they might come forward dangerously here. Thierry Henry. Anelka. That's the problem with Anelka every once in a while. I'm not quite sure what he really tried to do there. There's no one behind him. Sometimes you get the impression he just doesn't take it seriously enough. Probably one of the most, if not the most expensive player in football history, considering how many times he transferred for a substantial amount of money. Anelka played for Arsenal, of course, Paris, Liverpool, Man City, Fenerbahce, Bolton before he went to Chelsea. And quite a bit of transfer money going back and forth there on most of these transfer deals. Robbie Keane is not too happy there. I suppose that's a handball called by referee Hansen. While Robbie Keane complains he was pushed and kicked. Here's Bakary Sagna. Good news for France is that he is able to continue. It's a bit of a walk on the tightrope there for France. They've lost the ball, or nearly lost the ball, 2 or 3 times so far in midfield. Not a good run by Bakary Sagna. Gives the ball up too easily. This is Damien Duff. Good pass forward. An intelligent header to Liam Lawrence. Robbie Keane not offside. Or is he? The French team seems to stop. But it's not over yet. Damien Duff. There seems to have been a little bit of confusion in the French team right there. Oh, bad clearance again. This could be it. There's a chance. Good save, Hugo Lloris. The French fans ecstatic. "24 minutes played. That was probably the most dangerous scene so far, even if it didn't amount to a real goal chance. But look at that. Terrible clearance by Sébastien Schillaci, and then Keane nearly gets to the ball. That's a really, really good save there by Hugo Lloris, who comes out of his goal. If he's not there in time, Keane is going to bury that ball. It might even have been, I think there's a little bit of a kick against the head of Lloris. You could see it. In a replay afterwards, he scratched the side of his head. I think Keane might have just clipped him with his boots. But fair shake hands afterwards. There's no reason for Lloris to blame Keane. He's not going to pull back in that situation. Evra. Not shocked at all by that wild challenge there by Lawrence. Still Patrice Evra. Not a good cross, or was it? Bakary Sagna. Next cross to the center, Shea Given. No problem whatsoever, of course, for the 33-year-old goalkeeper of Manchester City. Ireland's most capped goalkeeper and joint cap player along with Kilbane. Here's Keane again. Against Schillaci. Lawrence. Oh, that's a good cross into the centre. And Kevin Doyle claims he was pulled back. Let's have a look. Nice cross. And, well, definitely no foul there as Lawrence manages to overcome William Gallas. Not looking too good there, but Gallas at least moves one step forward and maybe disturbs Kevin Doyle. But I'm sure if Kevin Doyle takes a step back to look at that moment and analyze it, he'll realize that was nowhere near a penalty. Nearly 27 minutes played in the first half. It's quite a battle here in the Stade de France. And I would say that so far it's a very balanced game between two equally strong teams. If anything, Ireland looked a little more dangerous. And of course, that's great for the viewers here, because that makes this so much more exciting. Looking at the individual player quality, the history of the two federations, of course France are clear favourites to win. Not so much if you look at the most recent World Cup qualification campaigns. Robbie Keane said it was a decent campaign, which counts nothing if we don't qualify. We're here to qualify for the South Africa World Cup. But I dare say it was a little more than that. Ireland came second to Italy in their World Cup qualification group. And that's, of course, exactly as expected. They went through that group unbeaten. As you can see in here, it's not only the 22 players on the pitch. I think everyone here in the stadium is prepared to do whatever it takes to contribute to their team's success. France so far harmless on their way forward. And here, that's something that you shouldn't see in a game on this level. That was a clear lack of concentration. André Pierre-Gignac just didn't look anymore. That's a good ball forward to Robbie Keane, who's fouled by Schillaci, but I'm sure he'll be back on his legs again. Damien Duff trying to get past Bakary Sagna on the left-hand side. Duff manages to get the cross into the centre, and Schillaci seems to be the weakest link. Good header forward, though, by Sagna, and this is Henry. Keith Andrews prevents Henry from causing more danger. I'm sure that's one thing that Giovanni Trapattoni will want to exploit even more in the second half. He already said the fact that Eric Abidal is missing is a big disadvantage for France. But now his replacement, Julien Escudé, is missing too. France with the next chance. Duff's cross into the centre. Headed away again. So far, not precise enough. John O'Shea with a throw in. Left-footed cross. Duff again. Anelka going back to help Bakary Sagna. Not a good ball forward. But a mistake there, and it's not the first mistake. Henry knows what to do. He's got to support his team. He's got to encourage them. He's the leader, the one that everyone listens to. But there's no doubt that France are feeling the pressure and are reacting accordingly, and that is with mistakes. Offside position by Keane. Or was it maybe a foul? If it was, I'm surprised that the linesman lifts his flag when the referee is so much closer. Keane not too happy, but he knows more than anyone else it's not the time to complain. Here's a good idea by Henry, but a bad pass. Trying to play the through ball forward for Nicolas Anelka. But so far, Ireland are doing a good job keeping France out of harm's way, out of their own goals, harm's way. Duff again. His crosses so far not really precise enough, but this could be a good ball forward, and it is. Duff gets it back, and that's got to be the goal, and it is. Ireland score the 1-0, and it's Robbie Keane. 1-0 for Ireland. However many fans are here in the stadium from Ireland, it sounds as if it's 80,000. Robbie Keane scores goal number 41 for Ireland in his career, and it might be the most important one ever. And long faces, that's the pass that makes all the difference. Beautifully played to Damien Duff, and then what a pass back. And then it's just sheer quality by Robbie Keane. He knows he can't miss this opportunity, and he doesn't. Keane scores the lead. For the impartial viewer, that's the best thing that could have happened in this game, because now the pressure is on France. Right now, if the score remains the same, we are going into an added half hour of football. But I wonder what will happen now. So far, this lead is deserved. And this, of course, plays right into the cards of this man here, Giovanni Trapattoni, who was adamant all week. We need to exploit the fact that France is nervous. They have to be nervous following their dodgy campaign, marred with disappointment. And we could see some unusual passing mistakes in the first half hour already. Bakary Sagna, cross into the center, headed away by Dunn. Sagna again. Shot on goal by Jokouf, that was. But again, we've had that before in the first leg game. Long-range efforts, half chances. Yeah, that ball forward. That was what decided this game, and then Damien Duff plays a wonderful, precise ball back to Robbie Keane. Good move forward again. Damien Duff crossing this into Liam Lawrence. France with their backs against the wall. Ireland attacking relentlessly. O'Shea. Mistake there. Handball, claim the Irish players and fans. Robbie Keane excuses himself there. That was a mistake. A little bit of a discussion there between Keith Andrews and Yoann Djokouf about that alleged handball. And Raymond Dominic's worries are growing. This is an absolute perfect situation for Ireland, who are not just a team of strong defenders anymore, but a tactically strong, disciplined unity with some exceptional players. Hugo Lloris, that should be mentioned, had no chance whatsoever to save Robbie Keane's goal. He did a really good job 9 minutes before that. That was after 24 minutes exactly, to prevent Keane from scoring his first goal of the day. And now the Irish fans, of course, are using this opportunity to chant a few songs and to try to take over control here in the Stade de France, while the French fans are, I think, slowly but surely awaking after their first moment of shock. Yoann Djokouf is the reigning League One Player of the Year. Great talent, already won the Under-19s European Championship in 2005, and it was clear from the start that if things went as expected, he would evolve into a great player. Here he is again. Gourcuff, the brain of Bordeaux, the playmaker. Here's Evra. Patrice Evra, strong performance so far by him. Next shot on goal by Gourcuff. And he's got a dangerous long-range shot, even though he hasn't been able to prove it yet. On the bench, Karim Benzema, Sidney Govou, Florent Malouda, Moussa Sissoko. There's plenty of class on the bench of France. What they're missing throughout their campaign, though, is what seems like a clear strategy and a game plan. I think that was called a handball there by Robbie Keane against Sebastian Schilacci, who's, it seems, slowly improving here. Anelka fouled. Quiet performance so far by Anelka, but don't be fooled. He's one of those players, unlike Henry, who works hard, who takes corners, who takes free kicks. Anelka can be very quiet. Ooh, it's a nice move there by Bakary Sagna. Then he has difficulties controlling the ball. It's Anelka. Next deflection. Anelka, shot on goal. And this time it's deflected by, is it Sean St. Ledger again? Here's Sagna. First great move, then he nearly loses the ball. Then Anelka's shot deflected by St. Ledger, this time not across the line, however. At least not across the goal line. Corner number 3 for France. Henry. Alou Diarra unable to get to the ball. Lassana Diarra, William Gallas. Gallas again, the Arsenal player, former captain. But problems again there for Alou Diarra. Late starter to his career, but now he's playing in one of the best national teams on earth. The question is, will they be able to qualify? Ooh, this could have been a good chance, and again a mistake. Chance maybe for a counter-attack there. Keane. Doyle waiting, trying to wait for Glenn Whelan in the centre. That didn't work. Here's Anelka. Nice move. Shot blocked by St. Ledger. And I think André-Pierre Guignac might have had a shot on goal from the background, but was unable to control it, or slipped as he tried to. France coming forward again. Anelka. Henry's down the side. Not well played by Anelka. That ball bounces off his foot by 2 or 3 yards. Too many. Evra again. Henry. Past Lawrence. And Henry. Oh, I was about to say. Henry gets the throw in. He looks very confident indeed. Well, it's impossible to tell from there. And Trapattoni, he's seen it all before. One of the most successful managers in football history is, I wouldn't go as far as saying, about to achieve one of his greatest moments. It's a bit too soon for that, but let's just say that Ireland are on a good way forward, particularly if they continue to play like this. Doesn't seem to me as if Ireland are playing more defensively now, or prepared to back down. If they score a second goal, they know they are halfway there. Three minutes left of official time in the first half. Next free kick for Ireland. And it's safe to say that they have looked more threatening, that they've been the better team. Long ball forward by Kevin Kilbane. And Hugo Lloris, he's saved everything he could so far. Thierry Henry says of the 22-year-old that he is a great goalkeeper already. An impressive display in the first match, when France really benefited from his calmness, his control, not only of the penalty area, but everything surrounding it. Knows when to come out, knows when to go out for the crosses, knows when to stay on the line. Overall, just a real asset to the team. Evra loses the ball again. Too much pressure. John O'Shea with the ball forward. Oh, awkward pass back by Kevin Doyle. That's the exact right way how to react. If there's any risk of a misunderstanding or mistake, get rid of that ball. At least you can do that if you're up by a goal. And again, Ireland's problem isn't playing with discipline or holding France at bay. That's not the problem at all. We've now seen three halves nearly between France and Ireland, and we've yet to see a real clear-cut goal chance for the current World Cup runners-up of France. Gallas ball, too weak. Liam Lawrence heads it away. Djourkouf. That's why he's the playmaker of Bordeaux. Wonderful ball to Bakary Sagna. But the cross by the 26-year-old right back, not good enough. Alou Diarra to Anelka. Sagna waiting outside again. This is Anelka trying the cross. It's deflected. And Shay Given is there. Over 400 appearances in the Premier League. Plenty of Champions League, UEFA Cup experience, and of course over 100 games for the Irish national team. Richard Dunn heads it away. Of course, France are missing Franck Ribéry. But it is impressive to see how this Irish team defends against such a selection of world-class players. And that's not going to work. Long range, low shots against Shay Given are easy bait for the Irish goalkeeping icon. You can see it. 2 minutes of added time, and here's a free kick in a good position. William Gallas against Kevin Doyle. Well, we've seen the referee call this kind of a scene, a foul several times in this game so far, and even if I can understand Gallas' frustration, at least the referee's consequent in what he does, and that's always the most important thing. Ireland have suffered several free kicks from similar situations. Can they serve France a crucial blow in the dying seconds of the first half? It's a good free kick opportunity. It might be a little too far for a direct shot, but it's one of those days. You never know. It's also, of course, not a very good position for a cross. So Glenn Whelan might try his luck, and he's definitely going for it. Shot not looking bad at all. Let's have a look at that. Ooh. That was definitely going towards the general direction of goal. Patrice Evra gets his head on the ball at the cost of a corner. Seconds left in the first half. This is going to be the last scene. Damien Duff. Can Ireland score another one? In it comes. Ball headed away. It's not quite over yet. Nice ball outside to Duff. Duff's crossing the centre. That's, of course, not precise enough. And no problem for Hugo Lloris. It's the last scene in the first half. 1-0 for Ireland in France. That equals the result of the first leg. And, of course, for the impartial viewers, that's an absolutely fantastic result. For the majority of the fans here in the Stade de France, it's obviously not, but I'd say about 15,000 Irish fans are having the time of their lives. We're experiencing a very exciting, very entertaining game because it's so tense, because it's so dedicated, because you can see that the players are fighting for every inch on the pitch. France has to come up with a bit of a better game plan, but if Ireland continue to play the way they have been in the first 45 minutes, we might be in for one of the great sensations in football's World Cup history. We'll be back in a couple of minutes' time to bring you the second half live from the Stade de France. France, of course, need to be extremely careful now, and France really have to try and score a goal. Every other tactic would be suicidal, as, of course, a second goal for Ireland basically seals the deal. If Ireland score the second here, then France need to score two. You can see the men in blue, les bleus, are coming back onto the pitch. Nicolas Anelka, he's the man who scored the 1-0 in the first leg. A ball deflected off Sean St. Ledger. Karim Benzema here is one of the biggest talents of the country. Benzema was sold for 35 to 40 million euros before this season to Real Madrid. But nobody really noticed because, of course, of Ronaldo and Kaká transferring to Real as well. In the season 2007-2008, he was Ligue 1's top scorer. That's only 3 years after his professional debut. He scored 20 league goals there, and he scored the goal of the year, a great strike against Lens. Altogether, 51 matches and 31 goals that season, which made him the League One Player of the Year. But Raymond Domenech isn't lacking quality up front. That's not the problem. The problem is getting the ball there and creating goal chances. So far, France have been unable to do so. And, of course, we are really excited to see what's going to happen in the second 45 minutes. Referee Martin Hansen has been a little nitty-picky in his decisions. He's been very accurate, very precise, not allowing anything to slip by. But I'll repeat myself, as long as he's consequent at doing that, and as long as he does it for both teams, no one can really complain, although, of course, everybody is. Ireland were the better team. They looked more dangerous in the first half. Let's see if they can continue in the second. Lassana Diarra. That's no foul. Diarra collides with his own man, Djourkouf there. This is Robbie Keane. Duff is there, and that's a foul by Lassana Diarra. Of course, he just tipped the back of the right ankle of Robbie Keane, the captain of the Irish national team, who might have scored his most important goal ever. One of many important goals, of course, but to kick France out of the World Cup qualification here in Paris, that would probably be the biggest feat in Irish football history. Correct me if I'm wrong. Liam Lawrence with a free kick. 1 minute played in the second half, and open wide at the back. And next chance. Oh, for John O'Shea. Oh, dear me. Giovanni Trapattoni talked about uncovering and exploiting France's defensive weaknesses. Look at that. The Manchester United defender totally and completely free. Left alone, look at that. William Gallas is absolutely furious with Sébastien Schillaci, and I'm sure so is Trapattoni, because Ireland need to use these opportunities. In case you join us later, Eric Abidal is missing from the team anyway, and Julien Escudé filled in the central defensive spot. He had to leave the pitch after 10-15 minutes due to an injury when his own teammate Patrice Evra elbowed him in the face, and you just saw number 17 on your screen, Sébastien Schillaci. He is the weakest link in France's defensive chain so far. Of course, it's always hard to tell after corners because you're never quite sure what the organization is. That's up to the coaches to decide, but you could see it by the reaction of William Gallas, who was furiously screaming at Schillaci for leaving John O'Shea unmarked. What a chance in O'Shea's 60th cap for Ireland. Anelka wins the heading duel. Gourcuff. 3 minutes played. It's still early in the second half, but we've not seen anything but near catastrophic mistakes by France in this second half. And Ireland are retrieving one ball after the other, fighting for them. Here's Keane. Kevin Doyle up against Schillaci. Doyle gets that ball to the center. But this time it's blocked by Alou Diarra. The next weak ball forward. Gourcuff, good header into the running path of André-Pierre Gignac, but that was some really good work there by Richard Dunn. Oh, nice ball forward as well to Kevin Doyle. Here's Schillaci. Oh, dear me. Schillaci. It's not easy for him, that's for sure, but he's showing it. Nicolas Anelka. A goal by him or any other France player is needed. Richard Dunn. Heads that ball right back to goalkeeper Hugo Lloris. Look at how easy it is for the Irish national team to retrieve the ball in midfield. Oh, it's a good move by Gourcuff, but it's all patchwork in the French national team. First, it's Alou Diarra who loses the ball far too easily in midfield. And Henry and Nicolas Anelka have had... They might have had a touch of the ball in the second half that I'm not aware of, but not much more, I can tell you that. And Dominic is reacting, but look at that. The camera's off the pitch for about 3 seconds, and immediately Ireland are in possession again. Here we go again. Lassana Diarra. The way things are going, only a matter of time before Ireland score again. Keane. Oh, it's a dangerous ball to the centre. Oh, no foul. Anelka storming down the right, but doesn't get the ball. And that's going to be a weak shot by André-Pierre Gignac. Seems to me as if the French fans are getting a little angry here with their team. And I can't blame them. That ball by Keane, look at that. Missed by Duff, and it might have been Whelan. That's Doyle and Lawrence, two completely different players. Sidney Govou getting ready to come on. Maybe not such a bad idea. He's not a natural goal scorer by any means, but he's definitely someone who can add to a combination football game to help France put something more together than just this patchwork. Evra, another good scene by him. Gourcuff. Chance for a cross. Henry and Anelka denied. Oh, that's an interesting ball forward. Kevin Doyle, Bakary Sagna. Doyle fights for it. Duff's there to help him. This could be dangerous again. Not like that. Kevin Kilbane. Wave after wave of attacks rolling towards Hugo Lloris in goal of France. Ireland, considering how many times they appear close to goal, haven't created too many goal chances. But again, Ireland, of course, they're not the team to outplay a team like France. Physical strength, dedication. I don't want to call it Route A football, but a clear and simple form of football is the preferred weapon of choice, even under Giovanni Trapattoni. But he's given this team some even more defensive discipline. And France are currently suffering through this. The former heroes of the French national team, of course, very worried indeed. We saw Zinedine Zidane next to Fabien Barthez, two of the biggest stars of the French team of the late 90s. Eight minutes played in the second half. Bakary Sagna, that's going nowhere. Kicked forward by Kevin Kilbane. Gignac. Anelka gets the ball. Sagna. Lassana Diarra. Anelka. Alou Diarra. Patrice Evra. Here's Evra again. Whenever he's in possession, it's looking dangerous. Anelka tries a shot. Not bad, but of course, no problem whatsoever forgiven. That is a well taken shot, I suppose, but in effect completely harmless. And France are just hammering that ball forward wildly, and Ireland are better at doing that. Kevin Kilbane. Foul by Anelka. Correct decision yet again by Martin Hansen. Kilbane playing a left back, known for his versatility. His appearance against Montenegro recently was his 50th consecutive competitive game for his country. Only Bill Wright of England achieved a longer unbroken run in competitive international football. France losing the ball again. You can hear the crowd reaction here. I think it's a mixture between wanting to cheer their team forward and support them on the one hand, and then shock, disgust on the other about the inability here of their team to put a passing game together or make it look dangerous at all, what they're doing here. Again, 2 or 3 contacts and then Ireland are there. Robbie Keane. No foul, says Hansen. Game continues. Keane still complaining, but not the rest of the team. They're back. Nicolas Anelka, Bakary Sagna, and Anelka. Ireland's got to be really careful now. Shot by André-Pierre Gignac, blocked as Sidney Govou is ready to come on, and Sébastien Schillaci again with some difficulties. Good block by St. Ledger. André-Pierre Gignac, his last scene, and Govou on the pitch. The fans whistling against Gignac and applauding Sidney Govou. In my opinion, Gignac, one of the better players of the French national team in this game so far. Game continues here. Govou, first move, and no foul, says the referee. Here's a foul by Anelka. Fans here in Paris not happy. It's not that scene that's getting them angry, it's the scene before. Was Govou fouled or was it a diver? Referee Martin Hansen had a good view on the scene and said it was a diver. Free kick, Ireland, and Shay Given hammers it forward. That was Keith Andrews on your screen. Alou Diarra heads that ball away. Gouvou, that was very high up in the air. Here's Jourcouf to Nicolas Anelka, but he's already pushed back to the outside to the far right by Richard Dunn. Well played by Anelka. Next shot blocked. And then Richard Dunn clears. That's blocked by Glenn Whelan. And in the background, one of the French players called for a handball there. That's not really unsportsmanlike, though, in this situation. Anything and everything counts. No one cares how you get to the World Cup. Just please make it. That's what all of the fans here in the stadium are thinking, one way or the other. Here's Duff. It was close to a foul against Kevin Doyle again. Oh, mistake now by Ledger, and Jourcouf's fouled. Kevin Kilbane it was. And that's no surprise either. First yellow card of the game. It gives you a bit of an indication of how fair this game is, despite the tension and the importance of this game. It was, of course, a completely harmless foul, but Jourcouf was just outside the penalty box on his way forward on a dangerous move. So, again, an understandable and justifiable decision by referee Martin Hansen. Thierry Henry. "59 minutes played. Martin Hansen has to calm down the players. You can see Jourcouf, William Gallas in the background. It's Thierry Henry. It's going nowhere. Lawrence heads it away. Jourcouf, next cross into the center. And Shay Given picks it up. Sebastian Schilacci trying to push his way past Keith Andrews there. That doesn't work. Kevin Doyle wins the heading duel, tries to put it into the center. But of course, it's understandable now that Ireland aren't sending everyone forward. Foul against Patrice Evra. Giovanni Trapattoni working nearly as hard as his players. And one of the many mistakes of France today, that was Lassana Diarra, if I'm not mistaken. Trying to switch sides. Terrible pass. Ireland regain possession. Doyle wins the header. Schilacci clears. But again, in terms of heading that ball away forward, Ireland are extremely strong. I think Sean Ledger's won every single heading duel today. Lassana Diarra again. No foul. This could be very dangerous. It's Ireland on the way forward again. It's Damien Duff who's denied by Hugo Lloris. What a chance to make it 2-0. The good news for Ireland is that Robbie Keane's back on his legs. He took an injury break there, but what a chance. And now it's Henry on the other side. "61 minutes played, and all of a sudden this game can go either way. Ireland with an even better chance to score the 2-0 than Henry's chance here. Look at that one. This is the great pass. Fantastic. And Damien Duff then pressured nicely, very nicely, in fact, by Bakary Sagna, who comes hurtling in from the side. Here he is. And that was really important. Corner number 4 for France. Johan Jourcouf. 28 minutes left on the clock. Hansen again interrupts the match. The pre-set piece skirmishes are getting a little more fierce, it seems. Johan Djorkaeff looks too far to me. It's headed back into the center, though. And off it goes. Sanya takes no risk there. Ivra's got to be careful. Glenn Whelan attacking. Darren Gibson now getting ready to come on. Another... Oh, here we go. Glenn Whelan off. And, of course, standing ovations by the Ireland fans. But today there is no sitting ovation. Gibson was born in Derry and was at the centre of a dispute between the Football Association of Ireland and the Irish Football Association after he opted to play for the Republic of Ireland instead of Northern Ireland. Played for the Manchester Reserves, went through all the Republic of Ireland national teams at the under-17 level, under-19s and under-21s. In for Andy Whelan now. Sidney Govou, his first cross. Oh, next mistake by Lassana Diarra. Not a good game at all. And Keane says he was fouled for the fourth time. I think that's what he said. And Batoni is not too happy either. But Batoni can be proud of what his players are showing here. It's these scenes when Ireland try to short pass their way forward to outmaneuver, outplay France. When you can see the technical difficulties of the Irish team, they are good at and should continue to play their style of football. That is, so far at least, too much to handle for France. "25 minutes left on the clock. I must say, it is and has been throughout this World Cup campaign a bit of a shocker at how weak France are presenting themselves. Not to take away anything from the Irish performance here, which is outstanding. But France have now, in nearly 2 matches, failed to create a single goal chance of any note against Ireland. Keane, well played again. Back to Kevin Doyle. And Kevin Doyle just tries to hammer it forward. Or was it Duff to Doyle? Is Patrice Evra. Next bad pass. Stopped by John O'Shea. Well played. And here's another good pass forward. Is Lawrence still going to get it? No, it's out of bounds. Keith Andrews played it. Forward, next substitution now. Paul McShane ready to come on. And John O'Shea is limping off the pitch. McShane is another one of the Manchester United Youth Academy. Currently defending for Hull City. Let's see how he fits in. John O'Shea, of course, a really important player for the Republic of Ireland. But I wouldn't be surprised if they manage to compensate for this loss as well. Lassana Diarra, forward pass. That's a good switch of sides there. But again, what is that? A misunderstanding or Is it lackluster? Here's Anelka to Jourcouf, and all the momentum is gone from this attack. Ooh, a bit too much space there for Sagna. But again, Ireland just defending too well. Jourcouf again, and Kevin Doyle gets the ball. Keith Andrews forward. Kevin Doyle fighting hard, but that's one of the few good scenes, I'd say, of a French player today. Bakary Sagna, Patrice Evra, those are the players you can tell in every scene. They're fighting hard, they're working hard. It's a bit of a problem for the strikers of France because they have next to no possession whatsoever. Nicolas Anelka, you might notice, deeper and deeper in the game, starting to get the ball within his own half, and then he shrugs and lifts his arms and says, I don't know where to play the ball to. Lack a game plan. That's what the French fans have criticized about Dominic's team for a while, and it seems to be confirmed today. Kevin Doyle loses the heading duel to Sébastien Schillaci. Bakary Sagna, good ball forward. Yoann Jourcouf, and what a terrible pass forward yet again. Could have evolved into a dangerous ball there. You can see it in the faces of the French players. Seems to a certain degree to be a little bit of frustration and just a lack of a plan. Simply don't seem to know what to do. Relying on the individual strength of the superstar players hasn't been enough in this World Cup campaign, and so far today it's not been enough either. Lassana Diarra, Henri, Jourcouf, nicely stopped. That was a new man, Paul McShane. 20 minutes left on the clock. France are getting stronger and stronger. More and more possession. You can hear it in the crowd reaction too. A little lucky maybe to get a free kick here, although the replay shows Liam Lawrence, the knee hits that of Anelka. Artistic save there by Paul McShane. Free kick. Maybe France can make it in front of goal dangerously now. Yoann Jourcouf, that's looking good, but Shea Given. Shea Given is quite fortunate here that he can see quite clearly. No one's going to intercept that ball. He doesn't have to concentrate on a defender coming in. That's why he was able to fully concentrate on the ball and made it look quite easy. Anelka. Followed by Paul McShane. Anelka, forward ball to Henri. Clearance by St. Ledger. Seems to me to be a similar match to the one a couple of days ago. A lot of the matches taking place 30-40 yards away from goal of Shea Given, but no real chance. Maybe now Bakary Sagna, good move. Nice cross, but Anelka misses the header. Now Bakary Sagna down that right-hand lane dangerously time and again. Good cross. And Henri knows on a good day Anelka might just hammer that across the line. Worried looks on the faces here of André-Pierre Gignac, and in the background you can see the cameras going back and forth to Karim Benzema Time and again, I'm telling you, Karim Benzema isn't going to be the solution to France's problems. They have difficulties connecting defense and offense. The strikers just don't have enough chances here. Throw in to Keane. Doyle, Keane's there! Keane is there, and he's passed Hugo Lloris. 73 minutes played. Liam Lawrence with a pass, and Keane didn't have much chance to do. Just gives that ball the slightest of touches, but it's enough. Here, he does the right thing. He has to play it past Lloris, but then he can't control it. And Trapattoni knows just how important these scenes are. Anelka offside. Florent Malouda. Anxious, nervous. So is this man. I don't think I've seen him sit in the entire match. Giovanni Trapattoni constantly talking to whoever will listen. He needs to vent his tension as well with 17 minutes left on the clock. His team's up by a goal, and his team is in the driving seat of this game. Even if France, in the last 10-15 minutes or so, have been able to regain more possession, but the problem remains the same: the creation of goal chances. No surprises there. Paul McShane, a little late in that challenge, and that did look spectacular and received the appropriate crowd reaction. Not a nasty foul, but a spectacular one, definitely. McShane and Schilacci whistle back. In comes the cross, and again, no problem whatsoever for Shay Given. And Damien Duff on his way forward. Keane in the centre. Doyle in the centre. Bit of a misunderstanding there. Well stopped by Liam Lawrence. Where to play the ball to? Lawrence. One out into the centre. Kevin Doyle, easy giveaway. And Djourcouf. That's what separates him from a world-class player so far. He's got some really good moves and some really nice scenes. And then again, he's sometimes got some scenes that are reminiscent of a 17, 18-year-old talent where he just gives the ball away far too easily. He seems not to concentrate enough. That's a handball here, says referee Martin Hansen, and it did touch his arm beneath his elbow. No card for Keane. I'm sure we could argue about a couple of the referee's decisions, but overall I'd say Martin Hansen is doing a really good job here, controlling this game. He's not interrupting it too much. Oh, another long ball here to Keane, and that's a very, very dangerous game that France are playing right now in the last 15 minutes. 3 or 4 minutes ago, Keane already had an opportunity where he appeared free on goal in front of Hugo Lloris. If you let that happen too many times, you'll have a problem. Djourcouf again. What a pass. Alou Diarra loses the ball again. Damien Duff fouled. It's his 80th match for Ireland. Currently playing for Fulham. already played at the junior level for Ireland in the 1970 and 1999 FIFA World Youth Championship. Now he wants to make it to the World Cup. The way they're playing today, they would definitely be an asset. Here's a good ball forward to Anelka. Well defended, though. Alou Diarra. This is Lassana Diarra. Bakary Sagna. Damien Duff comes outside to meet him. Djourkouf. Alou Diarra. Sidney Govou. Govou. Quite lucky, if you ask me, to get a free kick there. Well, I suppose this replay shows a little too much physical work there by Keith Andrews. And a potentially dangerous scene. Shay Given tells his two-man wall to move forward. The referee tells him to do the contrary. Yoann Djourkouf. So far, no real danger coming from his set pieces today, but he's shown it several times before. What have we here? A bit of a discussion with Sebastian Schilacci, who is going to get a yellow card. I must say, though, Schilacci has really improved his performance. He seemed clearly to be the weakest link in his team throughout the first half. Djourkouf with his trademark run towards goal. Still not over. Patrice Evra heads it back in, and now it's finally cleared 11 minutes before the end. Liam Lawrence. Route 8, down the centre, long and far, to hope and pray that Robbie Keane gets the ball. There's one thing that we should keep in mind. I don't think that the Irish team is really thinking about that yet, but I do believe that a lot of the Irish players, at least, consider themselves to be at a real advantage against France when it goes into penalties. Shay Given, with his experience, is definitely an asset for a penalty shootout. But it's probably a little too early ahead to be thinking about that. Patrice Evra, back to Thierry Henry. This is Lassana Diarra. Bakary Sagna. Sagna to Sidney Govou. Sagna. And again, that's going nowhere. And again, Anelka and Thierry Henry are standing in the center with nothing to do. And here's a short synopsis of what's going on in the French national team. They're trying to organize, they're communicating a lot, going back and forth. And here's still Karim Benzema waiting to be let off the chain, it seems. But again, I wonder if he could really help. Keane plays that ball back. Duff tries to center it. The header goes forward. Next cross into the center, and Keane tries to stop it with his chest. That didn't work. Paul McShane had crossed the ball into the center 9 minutes before the end. Here's Anelka. Djourkouf. I think it's going to be a free kick for France, if I'm not mistaken. Shelton Ledger hit in the face by Nicolas Anelka. I don't think that was on purpose. Well, now the referee obviously decides on a free kick for Ireland. That's an interesting call, as it came very late indeed. But Anelka and St. Ledger agree there's no harm intended and no harm done. Shay Given, long kick forward. It's Kevin Doyle, wins the first header, controls the ball, pass forward. In comes the next cross, Liam Lawrence. Shouldn't be a problem for Loris. And it isn't. Thierry Henry. Oh, bad pass forward by Henry. And I thought that was a fair challenge there by Doyle. Game continues. Sidney Gouvou to Anelka, who trips and falls over. And then it's Darren Gibson just hammers that ball forward. Foul by Lassana Diarra. Kevin Kilbane fouled. It's not quite as exciting and as attractive. Well, it's not true, it's not. It's still as exciting as it is in the first half. Maybe not quite as attractive this game. More fouls, more interruptions. Even more so. I think that referee Hansen's doing a good job at keeping the lid on this game. Cavatoni explaining to his team what to do. Again, they're not far away from one of the greatest successes, if not the greatest success in Irish football history. Some of the French fans starting to sing the national anthem here as a final source of motivation for their team, as Paul McShane just wallops that ball forward. Gallas pass back to Hugo Loris. Alou Diarra wins the duel, and even if Anelka's running towards goal, still Richard Dunn plays the ball back to goalkeeper Shay Given, because he knows he can rely on him. He knows Shay Given has it all under control. This is the new man, Paul McShane. He came on for John O'Shea. Kevin Doyle, a real workhorse today in his 32nd match for Ireland. Sidney Gouvou. Bakary Sagna of Arsenal. Alou Diarra, the Bordeaux player, Evra, Manchester United. Gouvou, Bordeaux, Alou Diarra with a little too much space. But there's nothing he can do with it. Lassana Diarra of Real Madrid. He seemed too small and too lightweight at Nantes and believed his career was over before it actually started. Moved to Chelsea at 2005 and immediately became the young player of the season. Then in 2007 to Arsenal. Finally, January 2009 to Real Madrid. But today, Lassana Diarra is not playing like a world-class player. Bakary Sagna's performance, on the other hand, quite satisfactory. This looks like Florent Malouda to me. Karim Benzema still waiting for his opportunity to come in. Kevin Doyle, even when he's on the ground, and even when he loses a shoe, it seems, he still fights for every inch. Yeah, Florent Malouda getting ready to come on. This header forward once more, no problem for Paul McShane. Thierry Henry, not a single shot on goal. Nicolas Anelka had an opportunity or two, and I think now it's time for Malouda to come on. Johan Djokouf, not a good performance by the young man of Bordeaux, and the fans give him a round of whistling. Malouda welcomed with an enthusiastic cheer. And yeah, Benzema still outside. Probably the biggest striking talent in France of his generation. Not only probably, he is. Raymond Dominic obviously doesn't believe he's ready for this today. But I would say he's proved many times that he can play on a high level. Possession goes to Ireland. With a little luck, Liam Lawrence defends that really well. 2 minutes before the end. It's all looking clearly as if we're going to go into added time. William Gallas wins the header. Lassana Diarra tries to switch sides. Here's the interception. Damien Duff. No one's helping him. Now, slowly but surely, players coming forward to help him, but he's been forced to turn around already. Next long ball forward to Robbie Keane. Oh, that's another bad mistake there. Duff picks it up. Ireland now passing their way forward. Paul McShane. A little bit of passing control here. Here's the long ball now. It's not precise enough. Sanya with a good header there to Sidney Govou. Well done by Duff. That was just not good enough what Sidney Govou's doing there. That's not the right attitude to go into that kind of a duel. And Ireland in possession. Here's Doyle. Now Liam Lawrence. Lawrence gets the throw in for Ireland. 40 seconds before the end. Let's see if Ireland are able to create another goal chance before the end. Robbie Keane waiting for the throw in by Kevin Kilbane. And it comes. This could be dangerous. It's Robbie Keane. A bit surprised about that. And probably another handball. Well, that's possible, I suppose. Official time over. Oh, next mistake. Keane is there and misses the maybe last opportunity. But what a mistake again there by Lassana Diarra of Real Madrid. Hard to believe that this man played in Chelsea, Arsenal, now Madrid. He's been a regular member of the French national team for some time now as well, and yet just shows one mistake after the other. 3 minutes of added time. Here's Anelka to Govou. Sidney Govou tries to get a shot on goal. Next cross into the center to nobody. Chance for a final attack for Ireland. That's a good ball forward, or is it? Keith Andrews tries to send Kevin Doyle down the line. Unsuccessfully. That was an advantage for Ireland here. That's a bit of a harsh yellow card if you ask me. I'm not quite sure what Malouda should have done, but lie down and try to get out of the way. And that's what he did. Seems a little unfair to me to punish him that way. 1.5 minutes left here in the Stade de France. Ireland have already, I suppose, shown a good performance and achieved success to a certain degree. But of course, to repeat what Robbie Keane said, there's a cheer of the Ireland fans as Giovanni Trapattoni heads that ball back to Bakary Sagna. As Robbie Keane said, we're not here to show a good performance every once in a while. We're here to qualify for the World Cup, and if we don't, it was all for nothing. Alou Diarra with the next safety pass. Here's a dangerous scene, but what a cross! Hard to believe that we're watching a selection of world-class players. Look at that. Nicolas Anelka, one of the most expensive players in football history. Here's that header by Giovanni Trapattoni. That's one of the better headers in this game. We are 20 seconds away from the final whistle, and the Irish fans are celebrating as if they had already won. That's not the case, however. Alou Diarra. Just safety passes today. Here's Anelka, past Liam Lawrence. Anelka up against Paul McShane. Still Anelka. Florent Malouda. Can France create a final chance? We're already well over injury time. Now it's Henry in the penalty box. Shay Given clears, and that ball's finally gone. And that should be the last scene in this game. I'm not quite sure if the referee's watch is malfunctioning, but we're well over time. One last chance, maybe for Patrice Evra. And I can't believe that he's going to allow the next corner to be taken. I suppose not a bad scene of France, but the problem remains the same. We have not seen a single really dangerous goal chance. Draw against Romania after coming back from 2-0 down. Then they were lucky to really collect back-to-back 1-0 wins over Lithuania as Franck Ribéry scored twice. 1-1 home draw against Romania, 1-1 draw to Serbia. All of that really not worthy for a World Cup finalist, for the reigning runners-up in the World Cup qualification. One of the strongest teams in Europe, and that's just continued in this playoff match as Ireland are the better team in this game and in the last. But again, in the defense of France, they've been on the back foot for a long time. Massive criticism, of course, against Raymond Domenech throughout this qualification campaign, and here he is. And of course, after the opening 3-1 defeat to Austria, the discussions surrounding Domenech immediately started. Then apparently, of course, you probably all read about this, Thierry Henry was quoted saying, or let's say he was quoted viciously attacking Domenech, saying, "We have no plan, we don't know what to do, we don't enjoy ourselves with you," and so on and so forth. Quotes that Henry later on denied ever having said. But France on the back foot from the very start of this World Cup campaign, and they are now as well, as Ireland are really carrying this game to them, looking rock solid at the back, very confident indeed. And France, I can just see a lot of question marks in the faces of the players. We've seen this so many times today. The players control the ball, they're in possession, they look up, they turn around, and then eventually they lift their arms, they shrug their shoulders, as if to say, we have no idea what to do with this ball. Subsequently, a really pretty harmless performance by France. Robbie Keane wants to play that ball forward a little differently to what he did, but he nearly benefits from the next mistake there by Alou Diarra. Florent Malouda. Again, this was going nowhere, if you ask me, this whole attacking move. Loris is the only right thing, switching sides now to Bakary Sagna. Sanya, Gouvu, and everything stopped. The momentum's gone. Florent Malouda. Lassana Diarra. Evra. Malouda. Malouda. Anelka. At least a good shot on goal. 93 minutes played. That was, in fact, a good shot on goal by Anelka. He, at least, is trying hard. I wish I could say the same of Thierry Henry. Of course, we all know of the quality, dedication, professionalism of Henry. Doesn't really show today. Anelka, the more dangerous striker of the two. Keane following every ball now. He's really the only man waiting up front. That's a good ball to Lawrence. This ball deflected into the arms of 22-year-old Hugo Lloris. 4 minutes played in added time. Ireland seem in these opening minutes of added time to remain the upper hand. Lloris. Raymond Dominic. Can really say thanks to Lloris for very strong performances, particularly a couple of days ago, but today as well. Oh, Sebastian Schilacci loses the running duel. But I suppose he fights back for the ball nicely against Kevin Doyle. Gets a warm round of applause here by the fans in the Stade de France. This is Anelka. Nicolas Anelka. Followed by St. Ledger. They were the two main characters in the 1-0 goal scored at Croke Park 4 days ago. Oh dear. Lassana Diarra to Patrice Evra, and a world-class player like Evra. Manchester United. A man who was voted the Premier League Team of the Year 2006-2007 and in the 2008-2009 season. Fails to stop that ball. Evra had a good start to this game, if you ask me, but like nearly all other French players, lost in quality. That was that duel just now between Schilacci and Doyle. And foul Malouda again. He's got to be a little careful. Malouda has not really contributed much to this game ever since he's come on, apart from a couple of fouls. He's already received a yellow card. Long balls forward. Hope and pray that someone might reach it. Not a bad idea there by Kilbane. That's Keith Andrews. Keane, Duff. Doyle and Lawrence waited for that ball with a little more precision. Damien Duff might have caused France some real difficulties there. 7 minutes played in extra time. Lawrence nicely stopped. Paul McShane. This time now, good double pass. Evra and Malouda. Evra is on his way forward. Patrice Evra still there. Stopped by Richard Dunn eventually, I believe. That's Richard Dunn here, and then it's Keith Andrews. Gets that ball away. Corner for France, number 5. It's been a while since France had the opportunity to score from a set piece. Maybe now. Sebastian Schilacci coming forward, of course. Alou Diarra, but it's headed away again. Here's Robbie Keane just hammering that ball forward. Bakary Sagna has got to be a little careful there. Robbie Keane following through, and Hugo Lloris. Wow. With quite a long shot to Shea Giving in turn. Good throw there by Kevin. Very precise. to Kilbane, who's not fouled, says referee Hansen. You might be right there, actually. Oh, it's a great ball forward. This could be it. Anelka! Shay Given says he didn't touch him. What does Martin Hansen decide? "98 minutes played. Anelka in the duel with Shay Given, and there's contact there between Given's knee and Anelka's foot. Martin Hansen at the center of the spotlight here, but it's not a penalty for France. Seemed to me as if there was just an ever so slight touch of Shay Given's knee against the leg of Anelka, and that would have been enough for a penalty. And that's a really important challenge there by Alou Diarra as Damien Duff tries to break through on the left-hand side with Robbie Keane completely free in the center just before the end of this first half of extra time. Both teams picking it up a notch. 9 minutes played. Damien Duff. Back to Kevin Kilbane. Cross into the center. Oh dear, William Gallas. Let's have a look at this. Just decides to let that slip past, and Robbie Keane probably couldn't have reached that even if he had wanted to. Hugo Lloris isn't too happy with that scene. What an experience for the 22-year-old. Now, Henri and Anelka. That's just not enough what Henri's doing there. Falls down far too easily. We saw that a few minutes ago with Sidney Govou as well. I've not seen an Irish player fall down that easily. And Henri just waits for the contact and falls over. Trapattoni, obviously not happy with his defensive lineup there. Has to be calmed down by the fourth official, it seems. Again, I think Trapattoni is probably running as much, definitely shouting more than any other player on the pitch today. Anyone else in the stadium, should I say. There he is again with his antics, telling his players to do whatever he's telling them to do. 5 minutes left in the first half of injury time. Malouda, Lassana Diarra. Looked like a foul to me by Lassana Diarra. Liam Lawrence plays a good ball into the center. Richard Dunn just getting rid of that ball now. William Gallas, bad header. Not a good pass forward either, though. And Kevin Doyle, ever the fighting, tackling striker or midfielder of Ireland. 4 minutes left. Every touch of the ball crucial now. Every scene can decide this game one way or the other. Anelka, probably the most dangerous striker on the pitch today, apart from Robbie Keane, of course. Malouda looking for that shooting opportunity, but Ivra doesn't help him. Ivra's cross, offside. Sidney Govou offside. The flag immediately went up even before Sidney Govou stopped that ball, and it's a correct decision. And I want to say, thank God it's a correct decision. You really wouldn't want the referees to decide this game one way or the other now. Henri says no, but Henri is wrong. 3 minutes, just over 3 minutes left in this first half of added time. Oh, that's a foul now by Shanton Ledger against Anelka, but in a fairly harmless position, it seems. Great atmosphere here in the stadium. The Irish fans, of course, singing and chanting and jumping up and down all the time. The French fans, again, somewhere between supporting their team. Now we're in this moment again where they're shouting and cheering their team forward. Then again, They're shocked and disgusted at times, I'm sure. Goal for France, and it counts. Handball, say the Irish, but Thierry Henry scores the goal. Just before half-time, it's Gallas after an alleged handball by Thierry Henry, and the Stade de France is erupting. Gallas, the man who pushed that ball over the line. Shay Given still arguing with the linesman. But Martin Hansen, after referring back to the linesman, is allowing this goal. Let's have a look at this again. Free kick, Florent Malouda. First of all, it's an offside position by Schilacci. Let's see if he's involved in this scene. Henry, and that's a handball. Or is it? Oh dear. Oh dear. That's a handball twice by Thierry Henry. Look at that. Intentional or not, that is a clear handball by Thierry Henry. What a scene. Giovanni Trapattoni's furious. He's probably seen it. But Raymond Domenech's not going to care. The goal counts. 1-1. 103 minutes played. Thierry Henry scores a goal that might take France to the World Cup, and it's clearly a handball. William Gallas, of course, is the man who scored the goal. But the only thing Gallas had to do is just push that ball over the line with his head. 99% of that goal went to Thierry Henry, who clearly and I dare say intentionally touched the ball with his hand to control it. But I've said it before, the fans here in the stadium, and I'm sure a couple of million fans in front of the televisions all over France, couldn't care less. We're in the dying seconds of this first half of injury time. And Ireland are so unlucky to have conceded this equalizer by France. Now it's a test of character, which I think they've already passed, to be quite honest, but also a test of strength. Can Ireland come back from suffering this absolutely devastating blow? Malouda, next free kick. This time headed away. Oh, the referee already wants to blow the whistle, then he waits for a few seconds, and here it is. A last final interruption, only a couple of seconds. Both teams are going to switch sides and go back and forth. Gallas wasn't even really celebrating his goal. I wonder if he realized it was a clear handball by Henry. Only a very short break. The teams, on paper at least, not allowed to even go to the sideline and take any drinks. That's not anything that the referees normally pay attention to. But here's that scene again that will be shown time and again, and if France go through because of this goal, time and again for years and decades. Thierry Henry intentionally uses his hand to control the ball and then play a pass inside to Gallas. Trapattoni saw it, Shay Given saw it, Liam Lawrence in the background saw it, everyone saw it. I'm surprised the linesman didn't see it. Even if it was quite far away, he should have had a fairly good angle. But I suppose to decide against France here in this situation, disallow the goal, would have also required quite a bit of bravery. The final attempt by the French fans to sing the national anthem. And I wonder what Giovanni Trapattoni told his players now. 15 minutes left for Ireland to achieve the impossible again, I'd like to say. It seemed impossible to beat France. And I suppose they failed to do so, but it seemed impossible after the 1-0 in Ireland to come back and make this an exciting, interesting game. But the Irish national team simply ignored that situation, took the game to France, and again, in my opinion, extremely unlucky to go down. Or sorry, well, it's like going down. Extremely unlucky to concede a goal, particularly, of course, because of the handball incident. But not only that, it just wasn't deserved in the first place. Foul by Sidney Govou. Can Ireland come back? One thing, of course, is for sure now, we are not going to go into penalties. Govou with the yellow card, and now the final substitution. Lawrence off, and Adrian McGreedy on. That's a midfield player off and an attacker on, and that's no surprise. McGeady has a knack for scoring even when he comes on. As an 18-year-old, he marked a goal 17 minutes into his professional debut. Is there a chance here? Here's a nice ball forward, and Lourdes is staying in goal. Keane's just going to let that go over the line for a corner kick. Let's see what happens. Of course, there's always an option that even the referee might get involved one more time. He must have realized that Ireland weren't happy with that goal. Here is the corner inside, and the header up into the air by Bakary Sagna. The referee decides goal kick. Nope. First, he pointed down, and then maybe the linesman signalized that was definitely another corner. McGreedy taking the second one. Lourdes out of his goal now and misses it. I don't think there was much contact there, if at all. Well, a little bit of contact there between him and St. Ledger, but definitely not enough to cause an obstruction. At least not in terms of football rules. Well, all of a sudden, Fabian Barthez and Zinedine Zidane looking a little more relaxed and a little more happy there. "1-0 was the score in the first leg match. That means if Ireland score, they are through. As it is, France qualify for the World Cup. That's a good move by McGreedy up against Bakary Sagna. McGreedy. Misunderstanding there between Govou and Sagna, but McGreedy unable to capitalize. Well, it's not Govou, it's Lassana Diarra. That's an unearthly performance by Diarra today, I must admit. And seems to me as if Trapattoni's already, I wouldn't say giving up, but he's already got this look on his face. The look of acceptance. McGreedy's crossed into the center, headed away by Schilacci. Well played there. Shot on goal by Darren Gibson, it was. Too high. Robbie Keane lifts his arm, trying to talk the referee into giving him a free kick. Nicolas Sarkozy in the center, in the bottom row. Doesn't look too happy. Next handball, Henry. Foul, though, says the referee. Yeah, and I think he's right. That's a scene that might not be whistled in the Irish League or the Premier League, but it's a push by St. Ledger. keep forgetting that it wasn't in fact Thierry Henry who scored that goal, but it was in fact William Gallas. He scored his 4th goal for France, but Henry's the man who did it, and Henry's the man who's going to have to answer a couple questions after this game. It's McGreedy. Ireland still in, well, close to possession, should I say. Lassana Diarra, the next mistake. McGreedy loses the heading duel. And Anelka. Good ball to the centre. Florent Malouda, Anelka. That's well played now. Patrice Evra with a little more time now on the left. The French fans immediately booing and whistling him now for delaying the game. But let's face it, France need to control this now. Of course, when I said Ireland were the better team throughout, which I still believe they were throughout both games, let's not forget that Ireland also failed to create many clear-cut goal chances. So France should be forgiven for believing to play a little defensively now. Can't harm to keep Ireland at bay. Adrian McGreedy, good cross into the centre. Headed away by Schilacci. It's Nicolas Anelka. Ooh. Darren Gibson slips and falls over, giving Anelka a chance to go forward. Here's Anelka again, followed by Gibson. Well played by Anelka. He is a sly football player, knows all the tricks. Giovanni Trapattoni, I'm sure, knows a few more, but his team has only 8 minutes left to come up with the next miracle, and I wonder how they're planning on doing that. Bacary Sagna taking an awful lot of time now. I hope we're not going to see that in the last 8 minutes of France. It would be unworthy of such a big football nation. Mistake now. Sinigouvu tries to chip the ball over the head of Kilbane to get it to Sagna, and fails to do so. Kevin Kilbane, 102nd match for Ireland, 32 years old. For him and some of the others, it is, of course, the, at least probably, last opportunity to make it to a World Cup. Here's Damien Duff. Duff with a cross into the centre that's just too close to goal. No problem for Hugo Lloris. It's not a bad goal kick there by Lloris, but well saved as well. Shea Given. Kevin Doyle, Robbie Keane, good idea by Keane. And the fans not too happy with that scene. It looks quite harsh, but I think Aiden McGreedy it is, that didn't intentionally try to strike the opponent player there. Possession for France, 6 minutes left. Sagna is taking quite a while now for every throw-in. That's Gibson outside. Paul McShane. No offside, and an important header back by William Gallas. My oh my, if he fails to touch that, France have a serious problem. Robbie Keane slipped away, and Hugo Lloris is also taking his time now. Alou Diarra with some difficulties. The two Diarras that normally keep together everything in central defensive midfield. Had some real difficulties today. That was a good ball, one of the very few good passes by Alou Dira today. Sydney Gouvou tries to get past Gibson. And it's Kevin Kilbane, actually, who blocks the cross. Karim Benzema. If France go through, that's the man on the right, by the way, and the left at the front was André-Pierre Guignac. If France go through, Benzema might well have plenty of opportunities to show the football world what he's capable of doing today. He must be very disappointed that he didn't receive the opportunity to play. Corner, Florent Malouda. Shea again with a mistake. Cleared. But Ireland seem a little tired to me now. They're not following through as they did earlier. They're not quite as physically menacing. Here's Malouda again. Darren Gibson. A little too much contact there. Although I do think, again, Malouda goes down fairly easily. Not quite sure why Thierry went down in that scene. There's no contact whatsoever. 4 minutes left on the clock, and France in possession with a chance to take this game past Ireland and decide it once and for all. Not a bad free kick position for Nicolas Anelka, if he gets to take it. And now Robbie Keane and his fellow teammates are under 4 minutes away from the exit of this World Cup qualification campaign. Corner for France. Ball headed away by Keith Andrews. Florent Malouda. Not a bad corner at all by Florent Malouda. But Shea Given manages to keep it away. It's not easy for Given, as Kevin Doyle blocks his view. It's Ireland on their way forward again. Schillaci heads the ball away. Malouda, well played. Trying to get the ball to Anelka, who's offside now. But no chance to get to the ball one way or the other. 2.5 minutes left on the clock. Shea Given. 33 years old himself. Who knows? He might have another World Cup in him. But of course, that's quite a blow for any player over 30. Offside, Henry. Typical for this game. He complains again, but the referee's absolutely right, if I'm not mistaken. Replay of Hugo Lloris punching that ball away before Richard Dunn gets to it. 2 minutes left, officially. Shea Given. Can Ireland score another goal? Not like that. Hugo Lloris, I hope he doesn't pretend that he was hurt there. Richard Dunn gets out of his way quickly. Barthez and Zidane biting their nails. Nicolas Sarkozy still doesn't seem to be too interested. But it's a really exciting football game. Minus the goal chances. Bakary Sagna. And Anelka. Anelka proved a constant threat, maybe not to goal, but at least he kept the Irish defence busy at all time. It's players like Alou Diarra and Lassana Diarra who were unable to really hold the shot together in midfield. Next handball, if only the Irish fans and players will be saying the referee had spotted Henry's handball, then we'd still have a 1-0 and we'd be 40 seconds away from penalties. As it is, Ireland look to be going out. Can they come back again? Damien Duff, cross into the centre. It's not a good header on goal there by Aidan McGeady. But Ireland staying in possession now. Paul McShane, long ball forward. It's Keane who tries to get the ball. Kevin Doyle, ball just hammered away now, 20 seconds away. Ireland needs a try at least to get one constructive, one good cross into the center. Maybe now. Set piece giveaway by Patrice Evra. And now everyone's storming forward. We're in injury time of added time. Shay Given, of course, coming forward. 1 minute on top of the 120 minutes we've seen already. This is one of the last chances for Ireland. That's not a good cross, or is it? Hugo Lloris? No. No problem for Hugo Lloris. If anyone, Lloris probably showed the best performance of any French player in the last two games, and Shay Given and Ireland are facing the World Cup exit. Such a shame after their good campaign and the good performances against France, but that's the way it's looking. And here's another final chance of Sidney Govou, 20 seconds before the end. But it really shouldn't matter anymore. Raymond Dominic wants the referee to whistle. Another not so sportsmanlike scene, particularly since it's just not over yet. The Irish players have 7 more seconds. Time is over now. Let's see if the referee adds some more time. I don't see why he should. You can see the French bench jumping up and down and back and forth. Martin Hansen did give a little bit of added time in the first half, but he's not doing it now. And France have finally qualified for the World Cup in South Africa. Raymond Dominic, now the star and the center of attention, but I think Thierry Henry's reaction is more appropriate. It's time to take a deep breath for France and forget what's in the past and just enjoy this moment now and regroup and reorganize and rethink everything prior to the World Cup. This was a campaign that went from disappointment to near disaster and back again, and finally they've come out on top. France managed to draw, and we shouldn't leave that unmentioned either, through a goal that should never have been allowed. Thierry Henry's handball after 103 minutes allows William Gallas to score the equalizer that takes France through to the South African World Cup. Ireland face huge disappointment. Once more, they'll be able to say to themselves, a good job done, a decent campaign, good performances against France, but at the end of the day, they leave this pitch empty-handed. And following these two matches, that's a real shame. France are the last team to qualify for the World Cup in South Africa, and it was quite a nail-biter here in the Stade de France today for the 80,000 fans. Thanks for watching, and goodbye. I think this is probably a really good scene here and a very nice scene between Richard Dunne and Thierry Henry. They both know this was a close game that could have gone either way. In the end, France barely scraped through and qualify for the World Cup in South Africa.